Bingo Blitz rules.
If your bingo has ads in it,
That's not a bingo.
if it doesn't have the coolest tournaments, mini games, and the most breathtaking design,
Nope, not a bingo.
if your bingo moment makes you feel so excited that you just want to burst in joy and scream out loud, bingo! Sorry, so you're playing...
Bingo Blitz? Now that's a bingo. Discover a world of excitement with Bingo Blitz, the #1 free bingo game. Download Bingo Blitz and play for free.
Now that's a bingo.
Hi, this is Rob Benedict.
And I am Richard Spate. We were both on a little show you might know called Supernatural.
It had a pretty good run, 15 seasons, 327 episodes.
And though we have seen, of course, every episode many times, we figured, hey, now that we're wrapped, let's watch it all again.
And we can't do that alone, so we're inviting the cast and crew that made the show along for the ride. We've got writers, producers, composers, directors, and we'll of course have some actors on as well, including some certain guys that played some certain pretty iconic brothers.
It was kind of a little bit of a left field choice in the best way possible.
The note from Kripke was, he's great, we love him, but we're looking for like a really intelligent Duchovny type.
With 15 seasons to explore, it's going to be the road trip of several lifetimes. So please join us and subscribe to Supernatural Then and Now.
One fist, two fists, three fists, four, five fists, six fists, seven fists more.
So welcome to Fisting Friday, where we fist you, fist ourselves, I don't want to say fist each other on a Friday. Mm-mm. You have some fisting going on a Friday.
It's like incest.
So if you are here for the first time, welcome, but you've got some work to do before. You need to catch up, understand what we're doing. On this episode, we read the results from last week's voting of But Am I Wrong? So the voting that happened on the Instagram, if you didn't vote and you're like, what? I mean, you can still listen to the results, but you can head on over and to vote for this week's episode over on the Instagram. And yeah, shall we get into it?
Yeah.
So first up, wait, episode 62. And first up was me and my hot take / lukewarm conspiracy theory that someone's fucking with the Adderall. 1% said I was wrong, and 99% said I was not wrong. And someone, I think I screenshotted this one. It like literally made me laugh out loud. And I was like, nobody's actually described this better. And I have to share this. Okay. Someone replied and said, I weep daily. I have thoughts bouncing around like the DVD screensaver, and I can actually think a thought only when it perfectly hits the corner, and that's with the Adderall. And that's literally how I feel. Like that whole, like, you watch the screensaver forever, waiting for it to finally hit the corner. And sometimes you blink, you're like, did I miss it? That's truly the experience. So I co-sign that.
I'm too young to understand that reference.
Okay. Baby, infant, child, Gen Alpha.
That's a Z-Way thing.
No, I know. It's funny. It was good timing, though.
All right. And then we've got me telling someone morals over money. I didn't hear back from them, so I don't know if they heard it.
I feel like they did.
And didn't care, or they heard it and they went away. So who's wrong? 1% said that I was wrong, and 99% said I was not wrong. I know one person did right and said, oopsie, Melissa's never wrong.
Then we have writer number 1 versus the friend who used all her boob tape. 2% said the writer is wrong. 98% said the friend is wrong. Someone did make the response being like, you shouldn't loan someone something that, like a disposable thing, like in thinking that you're going to get it back, which I don't necessarily disagree with. But I think if you want something back,
but if somebody tells you they're going to give it back, like
that's what I mean. So like, I think like loaning someone something of like, oh yeah,
loaning
you can like
versus giving are two different things.
Yeah. And I think like the caveat of like, well, I'll replace this. Like, you know, I'll do this, this, and this. Or even like you loan something. If I loan a sweatshirt to a friend, the only thing I'm like potentially expecting to not get back is money. And that's my threshold for why I'm not going to loan money that I financially need to get back. Like I would like to get it back, but like I'm not going to give someone money if like it changes my financial security if I don't get it back. But for like physical items and shit, you know, some things, if I have like a friend who's not good at returning things, but I'm usually expecting to get something back, especially if they say they're going to.
Right. And then we've got writer number 2 versus the phrasing of asking a friend to be a friend with benefits. 60% said the writer is wrong. 40% said the writer is not wrong.
Did anyone write in for this one? I was like really curious about people's thoughts on this one because it is, I also agree that it kind of landed where I thought it would too. Like people have very distinctive ways of doing this.
I couldn't just imagine somebody being like, I'm not attracted to you.
No, I know. Like maybe if I was like 18 or something and like.
Yeah. And they were around that. Weren't they a little bit younger? I don't remember.
I think they were younger, but like I would have to be in like high school. Like I don't even know if it could be college. Then we have writer number 3 versus Sam, who didn't agree with the writer about the imbalance of power in age gap relationships. 3% said the writer is wrong. Who the fuck are you? And 97% said Sam is wrong. Someone wrote in and said that they're not the writer, but they ended a friendship with a friend named Sam because of their fucked up stance on age gap relationships. And they were like, this was the most cathartic thing I could ever vote for. I literally like was in my head being like, fuck Sam. I was like, I'm so glad. Look at that. And
they were listening in their car.
Yep.
And then we've got writer number 4 versus switching jobs. 12% said the writer is wrong. 88% said the writer is not wrong. Somebody wrote in, writer is wrong only for the sense of missing the toxicity of a workplace when their new job is quiet. It's kind of like toxic relationships. You feel uncomfortable and bored because you're so used to the craziness of the environment. You think it's wrong to have stuff not happening 24/7. But writer is not wrong for feeling somewhat lonely if they are an extroverted person or if they simply want to have some sort of connection with the people they're working with, because work is where we spend most of our time, unfortunately.
My wrong of the week, I nominated Pickle Me Everything, and 97% said Pickle Me Everything is wrong. 3% said Pickle Me Everything is not wrong. I have so many goddamn fucking questions for those of you. Like, is this like pro-botulism? Like, is this like survival of the fittest? Like, what is your motive and your belief behind why this is not wrong? Like, legally wrong, morally incredibly wrong. But again, this isn't from like this is purely from like a public health and a personal health standpoint. What?
Somebody wrote in. Do you want to read it?
This lady represents a group of people that genuinely terrifies me. Okay, already agreeing with you. Anyone who would put profits over the safety and health of others, knowingly or ignorantly, are responsible for 99% of the problems we're facing as a country. Okay, maybe not 99%, but y'all catch my drift. Cough, capitalism. Fortunately, I foresee this lady running into challenges that will prevent her from continuing to sell this particular type of product. The requirements for producing any kind of processed food, especially canned or acidified food, and especially in California, are extremely unforgiving. And just from watching her videos and how she's conducted herself, I don't think she has the competence to learn, research, or invest in making her products safe for consumers. Source: many years working in food processing, including food canneries, both in private industry and regulatory agencies. Good luck, Pickle Me Everything. LOL.
I like how you wrote that. All right. And then we've got wrong of the week, Dana Simmons and Dylan Charles. Who's wrong? Dana and Dylan are 100% wrong. No slip-ups there. Somebody did say he looks exactly like I thought he'd look, and he does.
What's that? You know what he's got? A thick neck and a bad haircut. That's my... Ooh, you give me a thick neck and a buzz cut? I'm running the opposite goddamn direction. No. And he's got... He's also kind of got a British haircut. And I have to say, British men do not have good haircuts.
I think the ones that do like the little, like that do like a fade with it, some people don't do the fade. And that's where, well, most people don't do the fade. And that's where the trouble lies. Where they have just like an amount of hair and then no hair instead of fading it and tapering it out. That's the
when
problem.
It looks like an accident, like a toupee that someone else's toupee flew off and landed on your head.
Yeah.
I'm fine with the fade. I do not like white guys with a fade. Like, because it's just, especially the UK ones. And if they're wearing like I'm not.
The UK ones when they have on tight little suits. Looks great. We have different tastes.
No, we do. We totally do. But for me, the fade, for it to look good, it really depends on your hair
Facial
texture.
Hair? Oh, okay.
So like you could, if you are white and you have thick hair and you've got some follicles, you've got some thick follicles, but for most of them, it's, you look like a baby chicken.
You have to go to somebody
hair.
that knows how to do it. Because they've got to cut to your grain, and a lot of people don't know how to do it properly.
No, and like when you have like really like very fine, very silky, thin fucking hair, it doesn't work. Like you're going to look like a baby chicken. Like it's not going to do the things that you want it to do in that way. So it's not my vibe. But also I watch Love Island, so I've seen a lot of bad haircuts.
Yeah. Do they have people there that do their hair? Aren't they there for a long time?
No. They can get haircuts. So they can like have someone who comes in and does their hair, but like not styling.
What I said, do they have somebody that comes in to do their hair?
No, I didn't know if you meant do their hair like style.
No. I mean like get haircuts and stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, I need to watch. Apparently there's Trouble in Paradise for my favorite couple.
Dun, dun,
but apparently my favorite guy
is what, Shaq?
Is still good, but it's Tanya. Apparently she's not. Apparently Tanya's been trifling and I'm devastated. But I'm hoping, I haven't opened them, but I'm hoping that they've just been like misleading little titles on the subreddit.
Good luck.
Thank you. I'm not looking forward to it. Okay.
Well, everyone, enjoy this conversation that we have about a misunderstanding. You know who was at the NAACP Awards this weekend?
Oh, yeah.
Rachel Bilson. Like,
first of all, that is not who I thought you were going to say. What was she doing there? I thought you were going to say Chessie, Melissa Chimenti from, Did you see that tweet where someone was like, it's still Black History Month, so I'm not going to say what I need to say, but I will circle back March 1st. And everybody's like, she's got a body. She's looking good, but I'm not giving her a compliment. It is not her time. Yeah. Wait, why raise Rachel Bilson there?
I don't know.
As a podcast network, our first priority has always been audio and the stories we're able to share with you. But at Realm, we also sell some pretty cool merch, and organizing that was made both possible and easy with Shopify. When you think about successful businesses like Aloe or Allbirds or Skims, an often overlooked secret is the business behind the business that makes selling and, for shoppers, buying simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. That's because nobody does selling better than Shopify. It's the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. And the not-so-secret secret that's definitely worth talking about is that Shop Pay boosts conversions up to 50%. That's more happy customers and way more sales going. If you're hoping to grow your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling, on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more, sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout we use with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/realm, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/realm to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/realm.
I don't know, but maybe she was nominated for something. Like it might have been an ensemble. Doing? I don't know. She's because
an OC podcast. You mean to tell me?
I have no fucking clue.
I have to find out.
You know her more than I do.
Listen, I'm telling you right now, as far as I know, the only thing she's currently doing is an OC recap podcast, and it's the NAACP brought her there there's nothing whiter than both of the Rachel Bilson on an OC recap podcast.
Who else was some random white person that was there? Hold on, I gotta find this. What's that gal's name that she used to be Wakanda on the weekends, and then she changed it to?
I don't know if Rachel was there. Did you get her confused with someone else?
I don't think so. There was a white woman there with brown hair that looked like her.
I don't doubt that, but I'm telling you right now, I'm feeling pretty relieved because, again, the only thing I know for right now that she is doing is an OC recap podcast. And I don't think there's one Black person on the OC, let alone the podcast.
What is her other account name? Because she did a red carpet review. This person. She has two names, and she did it on her other account, and she doesn't have the other account listed here.
What's her account name again that you have?
Wakanda on the weekend.
Dollar Tree Grace Jones. No, that's Sophia Bush.
Same person. But why was she there?
Because she's like a very, very, very huge activist. Like that's like her entire platform at this point. She also has a recap podcast of her very white show, One Tree Hill, slightly less white than the OC. But Sophia Bush is almost essentially at this point. She still acts, she still has her podcast, but she is also essentially like a full-time activist. Like she did her wedding in I think it was in Tulsa in Oklahoma, and like the entire thing was like
did you say in Tulsa and Oklahoma?
No, in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I've watched Friends. I know that that's where that is. And the whole thing was like to bring attention back to like a community that was needed.
Yeah, Black Wall Street.
Yeah, so she did the whole thing, and they did like tours that made everyone like go through, and they did like a historical whole thing. Okay. Like her husband. No, I'm just telling you right now.
Look the same.
No. Here's the thing. As soon as you said it's another brunette white woman, they're also from the exact same era. So my first guess should have been Sophia Bush. But in my mind, you knew that Sophia
which
Bush.
Podcast did you go on?
Sophia Bush's.
Okay, so when I said you know her more than I do, that's what I was referring
okay. I'm like,
to.
I don't. I was like, I mean, I thought you were like, you white people. I'm like, I do know these white women, but I don't know. You meant on a personal level.
Yes.
But my reason why I didn't immediately say Sophia is that I was like, well, that would make sense. Sophia's an activist, so it wouldn't have been like, why the fuck was this woman here? But timeline wise, for you specifically in our age gap, she should have been my second guess.
Everybody my age loved both of those shows. Yes. I watched some of the OC, but again, those two bras can be in a room and I'd be like,
no, without a doubt. And that's completely fair because they both played the brunette best friend who outshone the blonde best friend on TV shows that ran at the exact same time.
Nope. One was on Fox and one was on WB.
Yeah. You would love Sophia. And if you heard them talk, you would hear a difference.
Well, I was picturing the right person.
No, you were.
I just said the wrong name.
And I'm going to tell you right now, Sophia would not fault you either. Sophia would be like, one and the same. Fair. Okay.
Now I'm wondering which one of them. One time I was driving down the street and one of them, like on Hollywood Boulevard, and one of them just got out of a car. And now I'm like, which one was that? I don't know.
How short were they? Sophia's taller.
I was driving by, so.
Okay.
Do they both have like beauty marks on their faces?
Oh, I thought you were going to say raspy. I was like, no, Rachel Bilson she's got a Valley Girl voice. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. The fact that I even had to type in Rachel Bilson NAACP, I'm like, there's no goddamn way. Like the only other show she's been on was Heart of Dixie, about a fucking veterinarian in the deep South. And I'm like, ooh. Okay, Rachel Bilson definitely has a mole. Oh my God. So does Sophia.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Wait, it's on the same side of their face. Wait, I need to find a picture of them sitting next to each other because I think they're different heights. If they're not, I will die. Okay, they are different heights. Damn. Wow. I truly cannot breathe. That is the funniest thing I've literally thank you for that. Like, truly, thank you for that. The roller coaster I just went on to being like, what did I miss that got Rachel Bilson invited? And I'm not trying to start a rumor that like Rachel Bilson's racist or anything, but just like,
no,
I didn't know that she was
like, if you go, that means you're in support.
Yeah,
but hold on, there's some
not
other
in like just a passive way of like, I'm not racist, like Black Lives Matter. Like, it's, what are you celebrate? What content did you make or life achievements or what have you done in the past? Like, that's celebrating, like tangibly celebrate. I'm like, Rachel, the OC podcast. I'm like, maybe there's a huge Black demographic that I didn't know about. I'm like, I don't know.
But NAACP isn't just Black people, it's any person of color.
No, I mean, okay, anyone who is not white that was the only representation of the job. I'm like, maybe. Like, they put, like, Sandy Cohen, that actor's not even Jewish.
I know.
Like,
we discovered that on this show.
He's one of mine.
Yes.
We're the same.
Hi, I'm Jennifer, a founder of the Go Kid Go network. At Go Kid Go, putting kids first is at the heart of every show that we produce. That's why we're so excited to introduce a brand new show to our network called The Search for the Silver Lining, a fantasy adventure series about a spirited young girl named Isla who time travels to the mythical land of Camelot. Look for The Search for the Silver Lining on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Okay. You know what my mission is? To get Rachel Bilson at the NAACP Awards. I need her to go. You should have me looking her up and I'm like, I'm seeing pictures of her at the Golden Globes. Like, did no one take a picture? I was like, were people embarrassed? Like, no one took a picture of her there. Like, was she there anonymously? Where did you see? And then immediately I'm scrolling through. I don't even have to check if it was multiple brunette girls that it could have been that you got her mixed up with. The second I saw Sophia Bush, I was like, I know where her head was in. Well, this makes sense to me.
I said you were on her. I said, don't you know her? And that's what I meant. You were on her podcast.
I thought you meant that as white people, did I know her?
Y'all, everyone.
And to be fair, I do know both of them. Only one do I know personally. But I do know both of them.
Hope y'all enjoy. God damn it, I forgot to do my speech again.
Do it now.
No, it needs to be
I
for
know.
the masses. Maybe I'll do a little mini one in each episode for the next 4 episodes. So everyone, I just want to, from the bottom of my heart, thank you all for listening. We wouldn't have a podcast if y'all listened, and you're ruining the vibe.
They can't see me. I just got distracted.
Yeah, but I got distracted when you got distracted.
Okay, I'm good. I'm good.
And I think that y'all are all, like, 90% of y'all are great. So thank you so much. If you would like to be part of the 90% and we can raise the percentage, be part of the movement. We'll see you next week.
At first, I thought you were going to say all of you. I was like, there's no way she's about to make that blanket statement without some sort of percentage caveat.
There's literally people that hate listen.
Listening to a podcast should be time well spent, and I promise it will be if you'll give this podcast a try. It's called Something You Should Know. I'm the host, Mike Carruthers, and in every episode, I talk with leading experts on topics I know you will find fascinating. From why people can't keep secrets, what your favorite music says about you, why your pet acts in strange ways, and so much more. Something You Should Know is designed to give you information you can use in your life and give you great intel that you can share with others. I'm told it's a binge-worthy podcast. And with over 1,000 episodes, there's a lot to binge on. Something You Should Know has been ranked in the top of the Apple Podcast charts consistently for a long time. I know you're going to like this. I just need to get you to try it. Something You Should Know. It's available wherever you listen to podcasts.
Contained herein are the heresies of Radolf Buntwine, erstwhile monk turned traveling medical investigator. Join me as I study the secrets of the divine plagues and uncover the blasphemous truth that ours is not a loving God, and we are not its favored children. The heresies of Radolf Buntwine, wherever podcasts are available.